Shall, right? We are live, and I hope everything is okay, loud and clear from a video, audio, background noise, tuck, all check, screen,
Yes.
lighting. That's Facebook, that's Zoom. Great, looks like we've got it all. Wait, oh, participant का tension मत लो. We are just right now looking at ये तो panel member. Okay, guys. So Adhitya, we need to start because Facebook is live right now.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible? Yes. So first of all, welcome, guys. Today we are going to talk about travel with PM, and joining us today is Mr. Ashutosh Bhatt, the pastry man, Mr. Deep Bawa, and his father. And today we are going to have a very healthy discussion, and he's going to explain and just tell us about his idea and his motivation, his conviction on the idea of travel with PM. Welcome to this. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. And first of all, I will ask a few questions that will clarify all your doubts on this topic. First of all, first question from my side, sir. You have made very big plans to make a dent in the aviation space in your own style. Can you tell us about? Can you tell us more about this, Mr.
Okay,
Deep?
first of all, as I said earlier, also the interview that you took of mine 2 years back in 2021, and I think you're only getting better and better. And I will probably quote the same thing. I mean, at what today you're 14, and you were 12 then. I think if you're doing this now, I don't know what he's going to do. Mr. Bhatt,
I'm sure he's going to travel miles ahead in this.
I salute your father's vision, and obviously you're doing a great job. I mean, Ashish, you nurtured a great soul, and I think I'm very proud to know. And it's not about that, but I think it's amazing. I mean, it's awesome.
And it's an honor to be on with you guys on this discussion, and I will learn a lot, and my viewers, you will also learn a lot, because today they are going to share many ideas and many interesting ideologies and their thoughts. And just stay tuned and just sit back with us today. We are going to have
the idea is to sit back and relax, and we want to pamper everybody. That's the whole idea. I mean, that's what in aviation, that's what in hospitality you want. Then the idea of getting pampered, I mean, that's what the customer or the client comes in for, right? He needs to be pampered. I mean, that's the whole idea. That's the whole agenda. Whether you're walking into the airport, whether you're walking into the lounge, whether you're walking into any hospitality domain kind of an experience. So anyways, let's not digress. Let's take questions one by one. So I got your first question. You said it's a big thing that we're trying to kind of do. How are we going to do? What we are trying to target. So let me just break it down and give a little brief background on who I am, what I am, which probably maybe a lot of people don't know. A lot of people think me as a guy next door, and that's good. I am the guy next door. I am the guy people can relate to. I am the guy people work with. I am the guy like Mr. Bhatt. He was my boss. He's got like 12 years, 13 years older to me.
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not get into that. But he's a great friend, great mentor, great boss. I mean, I think he gave it to me everything in one go. I mean, I joined TARCHAT, my first job. I joined as a management trainee, and the program was very, very robust.
Excuse me, sir?
Environment.
Yes.
So a lot of people join hotels and as a large division, but I, lucky or unlucky, I mean, part of the management training program, I was sent in 2005 when I completed my IHM Aurangabad. So IHM Aurangabad is an institute which is run by Taj Hotels, Resorts and Palaces. So I'm a proud alumni. I'm taking back in time. So I'm taking the question bit by bit so that, the basis is right and the foundation is laid well in everybody's understanding. So IHM Aurangabad is one of the leading hotel schools of the world, not only in India, but it's a part of the body called leading hotel schools of the world. So there are only select hotel schools which are part of the leading hotel schools body. And IHM Aurangabad is one of the premier institutions and part of that list, leading hotel schools in the world. So that was, I graduated in 2005, 2002, 2005, and the first job was, it's a management training program, which which Taj being, IHM Aurangabad being the Taj Institute, Taj gets the first pick. So Taj will come first on campus. It'll pick up two categories: hotel operation training and then the management training. So I was picked up not for the hotel operation training program, but I was picked up for an executive cadre, which is the management training program. So management training program again in Taj vertical were in two categories: Taj hotels and Taj airline catering. So after the final interview at Taj Mahal Mumbai in 2004, I was finally offered an offer letter for management training program TAGSATS, which is a 1.5 year, 18 months program. And I was told that after 18 months, I'm going to be uh, posted as a catering officer, E7. And that is a very good cadre because a lot of people start at a very junior rank. And I'm not only starting at, E9 to start with that executive cadre.
Yes. E9.
So let's go back in time. Executive cadre in Taj starts at E9, and with the program, I directly after 18 months, I started at E7, catering officer CO, and again a very premier account. Catering officer was in Atlantic. Mr. Bhatt was heading the team, and I was given to him. जैसे वो कहावत होती है ना कि गधा है, ये गधा है, डफर है, चल तेरे को दे देते हैं, तू जानबूझ के मतलब ऐसा तेरे को देते हैं, चल तू देख लियो. But
Yes.
yeah, so I was given like a duffer, like a gada, like
Not really.
no, that was like a real term. Like that's what they said. Like when it was like a kundak mein jaise hota hai na, the senior management or whatever, some politics was there, and we're not getting into that. That is for the some other story, and I'm also writing a book, so maybe we'll diverge some details there and detail. But this is just to give a little brief that it was a very great experience. How I kind of landed up to you, and you took it as an opportunity. Yes, sir. Give it to me. So maybe you can add a little bit.
Yeah, Deep has mentioned, about his swift landing into TAGSATS, but again, like it was a challenge. Take off from where he took the landing, and again there was a takeoff of his career. But here I would say that as a raw gentleman who had just passed out of the institute from the catering college, not even the ABCs of the flight catering.
Exactly.
But,
we were not taught, I think.
Sure,
right?
Yeah.
So, it's not part of the
module. But again, like to start with ABC of the air catering and the different divisions of sections where operations was a frontline department where we were handling different accounts and straight away to handling the account of Virgin Atlantic, which was one of the prestigious airlines.
Billing of 2 lakhs a day.
Yeah.
Back in 2005.
So then he was a very quick learner, I would say, and instrumental in getting systems and processes in place where he had new ideas, and I was very open to the new ideas as there were certain processes and structure where old school of thoughts being manipulated. But he brought certain changes to the new, to the airlines and systems and working culture, which I was very adaptive to. And it certainly gave us the results where on the operational and the process excellence. So there I would say like he was very instrumental as a new idea and new brain inducted into the team, and there was no looking back after that.
So can you just like, I'm stopping you here, but like I think because a lot of people don't understand the TAGSATS क्या है. Matlab, as an operation perspective, is it like a factory? Is it like foreman level? What kind of, is it like an executive kind of environment? Is it like a hotel? What like, is like hotel mein to samajh mein aata hai. Everybody's like managers and like, you know, like glamour and like suited booted and like, but what about Taj? What kind of environment are we looking at?
So obviously, like TajSATS is a kitchen, a flight catering kitchen where there is a bulk production and bulk meal delivery to the airline catering services. So it is part of it comes under a factory act where it's a bulk production. The customer, we are not directly interfacing the customer as in the passengers, but definitely our customers are the airline customers who actually rate us or deal with us on a day-to-day basis. So that's all about a flight catering business.
Yeah, great. So I think so that was it pretty much. I mean, let's not digress into much of it, but just to give a little brief. So what we are looking at right now is that I belong to an aviation family. My father, retired as General Manager Public Relations from Airport Authority of India, and my uncle, he is a commander with Air India. He flies Airbus 320. My aunt, she also retired from Air India. She also used to be the ground staff and
Yes.
for many years. And my cousin, my uncle's son, now he's also joined the family. You can say the genre. So he's also flying line share. So ATR 72-600. He's also type rated ATR 72-600. So he's flying a line share now. So I'm just saying that is the background we're looking at.
I just
It's like
want to I just want to butt in at this point. I just want to butt in at this point. When Deep was working in the TajSATS, and we used to say very proudly that when I fly an aircraft, I am flying in a private aircraft. Even if I have booked a general ticket, my ticket was booked by my brother's wife, right? She was in the commercial department, so she will book my ticket and arrange my check-in and boarding and everything. And when I board, maybe my brother or his friend will fly me. And when I get a meal, my son will deliver the meal. So that's why it was virtually a personal flight experience, which no one could imagine that we could have. So that was, family knit aviation, which Deep, when he said, he means that. So that is the thing, right? So when you are working in a broader perspective, then this energy of operations comes into being, right? So that's the thing, right? To carry forward, right? Okay.
Yeah, so I think thank you so much. I never looked at it from that perspective. So I think, I think that's important. And going back, I said, like, from an educational perspective and everybody in family, I was only eating, breathing, and sleeping and hearing the background noise was airports, airports, airports. I could only hear, can we do a facilitation? Is there something, can there be an upgrade? Can there be an assistance? Can there be luggage is extra? Can that be accommodated? Can we do, anything? So today we are talking about lounges. We used to have access to Maharaja Lounge, which was available only to, if you're flying business, and even then. But because the virtue of, Airport Authority of India and the other paraphernalia, the service, because virtually we used to feel at home. The moment we used to, and even now, if nothing has changed. I started flying at the age of what I think I was in second class, 92. My first flight was from Srinagar to Delhi. My uncle was stationed at his first job was in Srinagar airport, and that's where he met his wife. Then I mean, like they married later, but that's when they decided to get married. And she's a Kashmiri, and that's when they kind of decided. And then but then I visited in '92 during the summer holidays. I had a stitch, and in fact, I fought with my grandparents and convinced my father, नहीं नहीं मैं stitches वहाँ खुलवा लूँगा ना, कोई tension नहीं है, but मेरे को जाना है. My grandparents actually convinced my parents कि नहीं नहीं चलो चलो कोई नहीं चलो ले जाते. So it was very nice, and we used to have lovely memories of that place. It was nice. I still remember ऊपर जाके सीढ़ियाँ थी, and first floor पे, and then वो वहाँ पे पता नहीं दादाजी used to infiltrate my grandfather He'll be in fact celebrating his birthday on Saturday. So वो ना he used to like Coca-Cola, and he used to enjoy that दूध and Coca-Cola thing. And I remember when I'm doing sugar, तो वहाँ पे भी हमने 92 में I remember he is like कि वो ले आओ कोक ले आओ और दूध में mix करके वहाँ पे भी पिया है 92 में. I'm not joking. I still remember those memories. And even there, he has enjoyed that combination of like the Coke float banate hain, minus ice cream. It's the combination of that. So that's it. That's the background. A little bit on the education, family, and that's kind of
Yes.
inspired me. I've only heard on the background. New airport is coming up. I was part of the Goa airport. My father had come for the inauguration with the minister then.
All right.
This was, I think, 2014, Papa.
The new airport.
The new airport, not the Mopa. Mopa to abhi khula hai.
Okay.
The one which is existing, double in airport.
All right.
So that was also renovated recently, 2014. So my papa had come with the minister with the troop, अगर पूरा मतलब जिंग बैंक ना मतलब वो उनका पे procedure जो भी होता 3-4 दिन का program था. So then
Yes.
he had there, and I had actually done a very interesting thing with Maruti. You know, I had an old Maruti 92 model, and which I drove all the way from Delhi to Goa.
Yes.
So Delhi to Goa, and on the way back, my father accompanied me. So it was an adventure trip. So why I'm reeling it, because he had come for the inauguration at the airport. He said like, okay, I am there. I will join you on the way back. You come to Goa. On the way back, my mother that time was posted in Daman. So मैंने stop over किया Delhi, Udaipur, Daman, Goa. That is how I did my trip. On the way back to
Yes.
same.
US back also, I saw you.
Yes, sir.
To my home.
Yeah. It was pretty much valid. Now my father finally, I think, sold it off.
Okay.
It
So
was.
Aditya has got some new
Yes,
questions.
sir.
No, the
Excuse me,
government
excuse me,
government compelled us to sell. Otherwise, we would have retained.
Yeah, because the society also complains, "Arey baap, gaadi khadi hui hai, purani," you know.
Yes.
Yes,
So I would
Aditya,
like to add one more question. One more question from my side. Can you tell us about your story with the American Express, and tell us about what is the story behind that, and just for our viewers.
Okay, that's like I think everybody in all the parties and all the socials. I think that's a very pressing question. I think so. I think good that you've taken it up. So just I think I'll keep it very basic and broad. In an unofficial capacity, I was the youth brand ambassador for American Express. Not that they were paying me. Now that is where it is different. I was directly in touch with the the CEO, India CEO, Managing Director India, Mr. Manoj Lakha. In fact, finally he's leaving after working for 3 decades, more than 3 decades. In fact, end of this month, he's leaving American Express. And so I kind of made my inroad in that company without actually being formally inducted in that company. It was a brilliant experience. I started with 2000, I think 14, with a card which was very basic called Payback American Express. And I told my then girlfriend that, you know what, I've finally got an American Express card. She's like, how did you get it? I was like, they had a very rigid process. They asked me like, do you have this much of income? I was like, no, I don't have this much of income. I am so unemployed. So they said, okay, we can work it out. Do you have a car on your name? I was like, yeah, I have a car on my name. I have a money. It's the insurance value is about 3 point some lakhs. Like, okay, that will do. And do you have like, where do you stay? I said Lajpat Nagar. Okay, then you get some this much value for that staying in Lajpat Nagar, and some other the clarifications. By the end of it, like they said, we are eligible for a card. And because they were very rigid, American Express as a profiling as a company, they were known for it. They didn't want to kind of, it was like a membership, a club membership. Like they don't want to kind of give to anybody. They're known for having exclusivity then, which I think over a period of time, they kind of open the gates, but to kind of have more people on board. But back in 2014, it was more of a prestige, because when I came back to India in 2010, American Express has rejected my offer, my application. Why? Not on the basis of my salary, but on the basis of my civil score. Unfortunately, when I was in India before going to the UK for my masters, तो हुआ क्या कि I had a Barclays card. Now Barclays exited, and I had requested for one, and I used to pay my card fees while using my card, Indian Barclays card in the UK, while I was stationed there for 2.5 years, and I used to pay my fees online. Now 100 rupees of the new card, because my card was getting spoiled. So while my parents were coming to UK, I asked my parents, I'm ordering a new card. Can you get it while you're coming to UK? Because it's getting that, magnetic strip kharab ho rahi hai, and I think sometimes it might just stop working. So they said, to order kar de, le liyo. Now I used to clear my bills in advance. But that 100 rupees of that, apparently I didn't know that they've charged me to kind of get that replacement. That 100 rupees, Aditya, and everybody's listening, became some 3,400 or some 4,400 rupees. I don't remember. By the time I even got to know about it, because first of all, I didn't even know. I came back to India, I applied the card, and I knew that I got to know the letter which came from American Express that as per the CIBIL score. In fact, I remember I showed that letter to my papa. He's like, "नहीं, इन चक्करों में पड़ गया यार, ये क्या है, ये CIBIL क्या होता है ये?" This is, I'm talking 2010 or 2011 early. And I was like, maybe 8 lakh ka package hai, and how dare American Express kind of rejects my offer? Like, there was no way that, 8 lakh is salary pays. 8 lakh is salary, I mean, like back in 2010 is considered to be a good package. And there was no problem. Like sales manager, Ananda, I mean, like profiling, salary, everything was perfect. So I got to know that the letter was very precise, that due to the score and the CIBIL, we are not able to process your application, and you may want to kind of check with CIBIL and like maybe work on it or whatever. Then I paid 500 rupees on CIBIL, which is a joint venture with Dun and Bradstreet and all that, as a credit rating agency. There are many now, but like that was the first mover advantage, I guess. So now I find out that there are two things what has happened. One is from Papa's fault, that he has actually sometime defaulted in not making the payments of my loan that I've taken of the education on time. He has missed some payments, like, the monthly payments. So what he has done is like nothing, there's no problem, but that also affects. So the algorithm was started operating then. It was very early, but it did affect my score, because ultimately the loan was on my name.
Yes.
Deep sir, please unmute. Unmute. We couldn't hear you.
Hello, excuse me, sir.
Deep audio is not coming.
Has affected the cycle.
Deep sir, I would recommend you to just like talk a little slowly, since I think there is some problem with the audio receptor. With the microphone, it is not able to understand as fast as you are speaking.
No, now it is.
Yeah, there is some audio problem.
Okay, I get it. I'll try
Yes.
to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just in a nutshell. So basically, I figured in 2010 that there is something called CIBIL. Now I don't think so. How many people back in 2010 would know what CIBIL? So would you know in 2010? Acha 13 saal pehle.
I wouldn't.
I was, and I got scolded by my father. वो भी यहीं बैठे हैं. डांट लगा दी when I showed him that letter from American Express stating that you get in touch with CIBIL as per the CIBIL score. You are not entitled.
So unless and until you are contacted by the CIBIL or some kind of a letter, I truly don't know what CIBIL is. So once you got the letter, you came to know what CIBIL is.
Exactly. I came back in the country. I didn't even know कुछ ऐसा भी होता है. I knew there. Equifax है, ये है, वो है. But I don't know that India has also gotten to that fast track mode, and now India is also getting this kind of stuff. And best part is that I didn't even know that I have defaulted something, or like there's something, because I never defaulted. So that was a story then, and like I think that is something I started with 2014, and then moved on to gold charge, platinum travel card, which was in 2016 when I was going to US with my mom for more than a month trip. So I thought like that would be perfect. So I upgraded from payback to platinum travel, and from platinum travel to gold charge card. Now American Express is the only company who can have a gold, charge card. So charge card and a credit card and a debit card. There are three different things. Debit card is जितना पैसे हैं उतने खर्च सकते हो. Credit card है आपकी कंपनी बैंक वाली आपको एक लिमिट असाइन करती है, और उसके हिसाब से ही आप उतनी लिमिट में ही आप स्पेंड कर सकते हैं. नाउ चार्ज कार्ड क्या मैकेनिज्म है, उसकी कोई लिमिट नहीं, बट देयर इज एन इंटरनल लिमिट, देयर इज अ सीलिंग लिमिट which is decided by algorithm. This is decided by the backend team. So that was I upgraded to gold charge card, which was a lesser fee. Then I upgraded to the next product, which is their premium product on the menu at least in the menu front. So platinum charge card. Now that is for about 72,000 rupees. When I told my father, he said like, कि देख ले भाई, मतलब it is an expensive stuff. ये सब तू कर रहा है, credit card वगैरह. It is not something that I approve of. I mean, if you have and you can have the bandwidth, then you can do. But I don't know and I don't understand first of all. And then if you think that you are of a reading and you think you can execute it and it is your money and you have the money, then you go ahead. Otherwise, I don't have any understanding. And so whatever it is, so 72,000 rupees per year for a just to hold a metal card, like that kind of status symbol. But that gave me a kick. What all did I not do with it? Obviously, I was paying my card in full. Just because there is no limit doesn't mean that I was not paying my bills. I was paying all my bills, but it also gave me a lot of privileges. It opened the doors, and companies used to start saluting. Today, if I'm sitting here in a Marriott hotel, which is the world's leading hotel company brand with more than 8,000 hotels worldwide, so I think I hold a lead status because of American Express. I need to give it back to them. So coming back to your question in a very nutshell, I was starting to kind of give it back as a gratitude that they exposed me to luxury. They exposed an unemployed person and gave him an elite status. Suddenly, to answer your question, even Mr. Bhatt, I was having the same question that कि आप कैसे travel करते हो? So today he was saying कि यार ये business class की flight की तूने booking करी है Pune से Delhi, and that is day after tomorrow, and that is for 31,000 some change. And I told him, but sir, मैंने नहीं पैसे दिए, मैंने तो 800 रुपए ही दिए हैं. He said, 800 रुपए दिए हैं, 31,000 रुपए की ticket है. And I know business class ticket is Vistara is very expensive. Because Vistara as a product has only 8 seats, so obviously they need to sell at a very premium kind of a price. So how I do it because of American Express and other companies, but it was American Express which exposed me to luxury, to expose me to having a concierge. So today, if I understood concierge, it is because of American Express. So I need to give it back to them, and I have given back to them.
Yes, sir.
Multi-fold, I give back to them without they even giving me some commission or anything. They've also given time and again in their own capacity. Wherever they felt that they have faltered, they have given me in the form of Taj vouchers and points, 1,000,000 points, and those 1,000,000 points is equivalent to 1,000,000 rupees. Let me tell you one thing. And how to get that, derive that value now, that is my expertise. 1,000,000 points is equal to 1,000,000 rupees. So I may not have 1 rupee in my account, but if I have 1,000,000, then I am somebody. And then I have elite status with the airlines, with the hotels, and the doors open. If I book a standard room, today we are sitting in a suite. Today I can book a standard room anywhere in the world, and they upgrade me to a suite in the highest category of that hotel, which will be probably 1% of the category in the room inventory. So that is American Express. They expose me कि ऐसा हो सकता है. Profiling है ना, कितने लोग कर पाएंगे? But how many people can also derive? You say it's like a parent can only give them education. Now, how many children can use that education and do wonders with it? So same thing is with me. American Express gave me a product, paid product. It was not free. But I derived the value and kind of, multiplied, exited the system. After paying 2 years of fees of 72,000 rupees, let me tell you, I exited the system in 2019. So 2018, 2019, 2020, I finally said, Corona is happening. I'm not going to renew my card for the third year, because if you want to give me some points, it's okay. But they said it's a maximum we can do as a gesture, because you've given us a business of about 2 crores in a span of 7 years. Which is we respect that, sir. We will give you 2 lakh points. So 2 lakh points is equivalent to 2 lakh rupees. You give us 72,000 rupees, and you can also claim 12,000 rupees since you are business registered. So technically 60,000 do or 2 lakh rupees le lo. ये मैथ्स भी ठीक है, but मेरे पास पैसे ही नहीं थे, कोरोना चल रहा था, I know how I was paying my staff salary. I have my own expenses. So I figured that, boss, it's not something that is advisable in this year for sure. Third year renewal we can't do, no matter whatever it is. So I exited the system. So I'm saying I
Yes.
started, I did it, I reached at my peak,
Sir,
and I retired
excuse me.
gracefully.
Yes. So now I think you have told us enough about the story about your Amex, and now I think we can move on. And first of all, travel with PM.
Yeah,
Most people I think don't know this, or maybe they do. It is a
yeah,
concierge service, and
yeah.
you are today we are going to talk about it. So first of all, can you tell us about what is a concierge service basically? Can you explain this in a way so that a layman can understand? This
Okay,
sir.
that's a great question. I think everybody's been asking the moment I've started relaying travel with PM. A lot of people, first of all, thought that travel with PM is like travel with Prime Minister. And a lot of people think from a political angle, I don't want to name the person and anybody because I'm the least political agenda person. And Facebook is actually the name for the political agendas. A lot of people move from Facebook to Insta because of that. So, concierge is a concept, the French concept, in fact, where you kind of, it's like a genie. You ask something and they can do it all for you. That's in a nut, in a very very lay raw form. आप आप मुंह खोलिए और your wish is their command. That's the story. But what we are saying is companies like American Express, whether it being Platinum, whether it being Centurion, which is not on the menu. Centurion is like the black card where you can buy a Boeing aircraft. That's the works. So, but what we're saying is we're not looking at the card, we're looking at the concierge and the experience perspective. What can we do? Like when you say that, okay, it's my birthday or it's my girlfriend's special day, how can I wow her? What will you do? Something that you have to think out of the box, something which is luxury, something which is different, but yes, you'll be charged a bomb for it, but yet it will be special, something which is not available off the shelf as an experience perspective. That is what we will do for you. It has to be in legal term, whichever country your ask is. Suppose India में जो चीज लीगल है या यूएस में जो चीज लीगल है, XYZ, मतलब किसी भी कंट्री में आप बात कर रहे हैं, अगर जो भी आपकी रिक्वेस्ट जिस कंट्री की है, उस कंट्री में that thing should be legal till the time it is. We will execute it for you and we will bill you. And
Yes.
obviously, the payment has to be made well in advance. Now, travel with PM is an exclusive universe. It's not world. I'm not saying it's a universe. Best, the ultimate experience concierge that you can get, that money can buy. But it's not technically money. Obviously, the filter will be there. We need to have a net worth, how much we're looking at. We have to have this thing onboarding process. And obviously, we will have to also look at two parameters. One is that whom are we getting on board? What are their credentials? And obviously, from a financial perspective of the onboarding, the fees, we are looking at two parameters. One is the onboarding fees, first time, and one is the annual membership fee. So there are two components. First time onboarding fees, and the second time annual fees. So like you have a club membership, आपकी एक बार onboarding fees होती है और फिर एक annual membership भी recurring होती है. So that is what we will be looking at. We have not can disclose the numbers right now. We are working on it. The domain we have bought, travelwithpm.com, and email we have got, and Ashish will help me out to kind of execute the vision probably that I have of. So just to give you a parlance, I was just giving a parlance to Mr. Bhatt the other day कि जैसे आप luxury की बात कर रहे हैं, हम space की बात कर रहे हैं. So imagine tomorrow you want to say यार मेरे को space में जाना है. मैं बचपन से सोचते आ रहा हूँ मैं इसको space में जाना है, क्या मैं जा सकता हूँ? Virgin Galactic सर हम लोग कब से सोचते थे? Remember my father gave me that pen. It was like a cute kind of Virgin Galactic when they were doing the unbounding, and I showed you that pen. Correct. पापा आपने मेरे को दिखाया था Virgin Galactic का pen, and it was space gravity proof. मतलब आप वो उसमें ना कुछ टेक्नोलॉजी थी कि ये पेन मतलब स्पेस में लिख सकता है, मतलब उसका इतना प्रेशर, आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज द टेक्निकलिटी, क्या होता है उसका पापा? वॉल्यूम नहीं है.
Because that pen is filled with an ink which doesn't have an impact of the gravity, no? and it writes on all surfaces, be it a glass, metal, etc. And apart from that, this can write in space also,
Space
because
also.
because the pressure effect is not there. It is a
Yes.
Right.
double
Hello?
barrel pen.
Yes, excuse me, sir. Your video has
Yeah,
turned off.
yeah. Just 1 second, 1 second. So we're just getting it. Yeah.
Yes,
Just let us
yes,
stabilize. There was a call. Yeah, sorry.
yes. And with this, sir, I would also like to ask one more question. As you said, uh, like travel with PM is a universe leading concierge service where we want you to sit back and relax so that we can pamper you all, as we mentioned in the beginning.
That's what we
So
are
please
looking at. Yeah, that's
explain.
the tagline
Yes,
you've worked
yes.
on.
So yes. So this is the basic concept of travel with PM. So can you explain it for our viewers so that they can understand? Um,
Yeah, sure. So just to, I think I'll just take the cue from the earlier question. So I think what we're trying to say here is uh, anything and everything. So it's something like, say tomorrow, you want to say, I want to fly private. I have a family of 4. Can we do a charter which is more economical? I know charters are expensive. First of all, that's a myth. You know, we are working already with a company like Air Taxi. So you can Google it up. And last year, in fact, I was one of their first, paid passenger. And Mr. Khattar, who was then the Chief Minister Haryana, he in fact gave me the boarding pass and he said that आप Bangalore से आए especially. And I said मैं Bangalore में कुछ मेरा काम था, but I got to know about this inauguration flight from Chandigarh to Hisar. And since it was going to Hisar, so he was there at Chandigarh airport to flag it off. Yes. And vice versa, then Chandigarh, Hisar to Chandigarh, I had come back the first day. On the same day, the weather was not cleared because they need a 5 kilometer visibility to take off and land. So next day, then they had to fly me back and they had to book me accommodation and all. But what I'm saying is, we are already in touch. We are already working with Air Taxi. We are already working with Blade, which is like, I flew with them at 2 places. We did Bangalore, the old airport, which is HAL. So Bangalore has 2 airports. Earlier, the airport used to be in the city, like, city airport. But suddenly they felt that they need to expand and there's not much of land in the main city. So they moved out to 40 kilometers away. And in fact, we were at a loss because, we had a hotel in Royal Oak Hotels just next to the airport. Like, we could get there from the airport to the hotel in the matter of, like, say, 10 minutes. Like it is
you're
here
not
in
audible once more.
Pune. Yeah. So in the Pune also today, we're staying the same concept. Viman Nagar, airport se niklo and 5 minutes, 10 minutes mein pahunch jate ho. 3 kilometers only. So that was the story then. And I think, we are looking at giving that kind of conceptual building. There is nothing cast in the stone. It's not like A, B, C, D hoga. It's like how much you will, it's like your ask. It's like rubber band. आप मेरे को कितना खींचोगे मैं आपको वो दूंगा समझ रहे हो अगर आपकी डिमांड बढ़ती जाएगी तो मैं आपको यू आई फील दैट यू लैपिंग इट अप आई विल गिव यू मोर getting my point. So
Yes.
it's like an exponential. The moment you like, I'm already doing a flight concept with a company which is in US, which will take you to space at 1,00,000 feet. 1,000 tickets have already been sold off for a flag off in December 2024. So it's a 6-hour experience. So 2 hours, it will take you from ground to 1,00,000 feet. And normal commercial liner flies at about ceiling height of 37, 38, ज़्यादा हो गया तो 40. 40 is the ceiling height for a commercial airline. And what we are looking at is 1,00,000 feet to be considered a space. So it will take 2 hours. And this is a visualized like a balloon, a size of a football field. And how many people will be there? Only 8 passengers, 2 pilots. We will give you the best of Wi-Fi and we will give you the best of the house bar. So bring it on. 2 hours will get you in the space and 2 hours will stabilize you at 1,00,000 feet. So mind you, 2 hours you'll take from ground to 1,00,000 feet, and then we'll stabilize you there for 2 hours. You will enjoy the space because that is something I think everyone dreams of. So 4 hours, and then again 2 hours coming back. 6 hours. Now you tell me how much this kind of experience should cost. Like anybody? I don't know. Anybody can guess? without knowing the article and without knowing the company, obviously. But like
Maybe
a big,
I think 10 crore rupees, maybe something like that. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, there are Jeff Bezos and Virgin Galactic and all those
Yes,
guys from
many
that far.
like
That
SpaceX.
yeah, you do
Many
not know that
corporations charge like
you'll be guessing.
crazy
But
amount of money.
what if I tell you it is 1/10 of the cost?
Hmm.
Will you believe me, Aditya? 1/10.
1/10. Okay, so that is like basically it cuts down all of the competitions.
Exactly. And the experience. The best
Yes,
part is experience. 6 घंटे मतलब 6 घंटे तो बहुत होते हैं यार. The other ones are only doing 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I just
yes,
recently did a 15-minute charter, 12-minute charter, Goa mein. I hired a 4-seater aircraft with a pilot 4+1 for a spin in Goa from Gymkhana Club to Gymkhana Club. And it was a 10-minute ride, 30,000 rupees. So, but if you see which is more valuable, if you from looking, see, I am looking at not to charge you your hard-earned money, but to give you a value for money. Because today, if I'm giving you examples, I am flying 31,000 rupees class ticket day after tomorrow from Pune to Delhi, and I am only paying 800 rupees. The same experience I'm giving it to you. It's not that today I'm charging a company, creating a company, travel with PM. So I will start charging you like, अब तो member on board हो गया, फीस दे दी है, चलो भाई. आप member बने क्योंकि onboarding मैंने आपको करा and I have selected you as a member. But once you are a member, whatever my research is, you are getting exposed to that, and the benefit you're reaping is like multifold. For example, hypothetically, you've given me 1 rupee, you will get like 1 lakh rupee or maybe like at least 100 times back. At least 100 रुपए आपको मिलेंगे वापस. Let's give you a basic example. 100 times. 1 रुपए दिया आपने ना, 100 रुपए आपको मैं वापस दे दूंगा. Now, does that math interest you? I don't know, but I think it's fine.
yes. Moving on. Sir, first of all, your concept seems to be there are many businesses that have done this, obviously. And your concept seems to be inspired by Quintessentially, which is one of the leading services in this sector. How how do you plan to be better than these companies, and what is your unique selling point, USP?
Yeah. So let me tell you, yes, I mean, Quintessentially, no doubt, is the world's leading concierge with offices like, I think, maybe 100 offices, or I think more than that in the world. Uh, and again, like, it's like made by ex-American Express. So that's where the inspiration, you draw. Everybody is like offshoot of American Express. Ultimately, you see, you need to be American Express somewhere, and that's where employees leave and they kind of start their own kind of. So the two founders, the main ones, who kind of are American Express, and they kind of started Quintessentially, and that's like definitely number one in the world. Most of the concierge services, let me tell you, Aditya, are based out of London, but it's Quintessentially which has offices in like any city in the world, you name it. So that is the bandwidth we're talking about with Quintessentially. So now to answer your question, I did my research and I figured that what is the onboarding cost, and it's nowhere marketed. It's a very hush hush kind of a thing. They've kind of made it very, very sophisticated. It's not available in the public domain. Uh, I don't want to kind of disclose the fees because I don't think so it'll be good to kind of do that. But definitely, we'll make it competitive. Uh, they have a concept for India. It is like probably 1/4 the cost that they would charge for an other country outside your home. So, for example, if it's 1 year, it's going to be 4 times outside your home country. Suppose you say that I have a second home in London, in UK. So that's going to be 4 times. That is the proportion. India में 1 रुपया, वहाँ 4. That is the ratio they're looking at. But what we are doing is, we probably will not do that. We will have one fee, onboarding fee, and the annual fee. And we will give
Yes.
you an exposure at all the countries wherever we can. Till the time it is legal. As I said, has to be a legal ask. आप मेरे को बोलो कि भैया can we get a something which is legal. I can't do that. So I don't want to get into trouble. And we are not looking at in kind of dark web kind of stuff.
Yes.
But definitely
Someone says that arrange a terrorist attack for me on this area.
yeah, I mean I don't
You
want to
cannot do
put it
that,
on word, but
realistically speaking,
Yeah.
very
but
very
in the realms of outside the box thinking. So we
yes.
will do something that is not convention, but is in the laws of
Aviation,
So there are
aviation
two
is a
things.
very glamorous world, no? Aviation has a very lot of glamorous, and in aviation, the innovation pays. So you will have to be innovative, and you have how long you are innovative, and your secret is not known to the others. You can make use of it. The
Yeah.
moment it's exposed, someone will take away. So that's why you have to be innovative, and you have to continuously be innovative and evolving.
Nothing can be innovative. You have to be a competitor of yourself. That is what I tell people. Like a lot of people say, "Arey, he is doing that." I like, no, I'm not bothered about the other person.
Hmm.
I have to see that what I can. If I have done one thing the other day, can we do it better the next day? Like I have to check on myself. So I
yes.
think that is the same philosophy I'll apply with here also. But
Right.
I
Yes.
think to kind
So
of
basic.
to
Yes.
summarize,
To summarize, yeah, I was trying to say yes. So basically,
let's
yeah.
kind of keep it to very point level. Travel with PM is not about charging you an Uber luxury price for the ask. It is about giving you a unique experience which you probably are not looking at. Like you said कि मेरे को नहीं पता कि मेरे को कैसे वाव करना है अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड को. Can you do something? कि वो बस पट जाए. She should be like flattered. She should be like I like ठीक है no problem. But ऐसा नहीं कि we will charge you a bomb for it. It will be still in the value for money domain, but it has to be interesting. It has to be nice. And as I said, like we will still kind of give you all these benefits. Something similar, like we said, business class is available for
Yes.
31, and
So
you get like
in
probably for 8.
in realistic in one line, travel with PM is a service that will be provided at the cost of at a realistic cost, providing a otherworldly service.
Other
Worldly service.
other world is ठीक है. I think anything you want to
Yes.
add? I think that's a very well summarized. Aditya. I think he's a very pro guy.
Yes. Yes. So moving on. For 10 years, people have been thinking, who is Deep Bawa? And how do you do your things? Can you tell us about yourself? And how do people look at you throughout your journey? And how can you explain this perception and compare with actually what you are?
Okay, there's a lot of questions. Let's kind of take one by one. I think I have to break it down for me.
Yes.
So can you break that down? The first one was
First one,
how do I do it? Deep Singh Bawa, is it?
yes.
Okay.
How
So
do you do the things that you do?
how do I do the thing that I do? Well,
Yes.
I mean, see, I think to give it very short kind of an answer, first the execution comes here. It is not execution ki chalna hai kal. I'll give you example. Let's give a very basic example so that you understand. Today,
Yes.
I am sitting in Pune with Mr. Bhatt. It was not decided yesterday or day before or like a week back or a month back. It was decided when I got up in the morning at like say 6 a.m. or 5:30 or wherever I think I got up. And I got an idea that I think we should kind of do this live today. I made a post, I put it up. Then I decided that who can be this shared with? Who can be like, and I asked him, sir, are you free today? He's like, yeah, but I am now not in Gurgaon. I am based in now Pune. I was like, okay. I didn't even ask him. I was like, okay, what time do you get free? Because I was already planning ki I will take a flight right now also. And I'll reach Pune. It's only morning. It's a working day. He'll get free in the evening only. And then we can do a shoot in the night or whatever. The prime time channel after all. So that's the time I think it'll be nice for people also who I am assuming are watching us, and I am also assuming that I'm not wasting their time to kind of answer or at least some value add on it there. So that is what I'm saying. So I executed first here and tak karke I booked not only my ticket, which was so today, let's go into example. The ticket today from Pune to Delhi to Pune was on AirAsia. I booked it on my father's card. Why? I called him up because it was a Citibank card. It was an offer. I mean, there was some saving of some another 1,000 to 2,000 or some amount. So I mean, it was a good one. I not only got a seat selection, the what I wanted, the nice leg room, but I got a better deal with using his card because I don't have that offer on my card. So that was one 6,000 rupees. And then on the return, I'm flying business day after, and I checked, and we can actually share a screenshot. I mean, I don't know if that's a bandwidth to understand that that is exactly. In fact, can we do that? Is there a way, Aditya?
What can we do?
Can we send you a screenshot and we can show this on the screen to our viewers?
Yes. Yes. Let me
That'd be
ask.
nice.
Sir, excuse me, sir. From book and webinar. Can we do that like
Later. Okay, great. I thought like
we will do it afterwards.
yeah, no problem. We can do that. I'll send to you. So basically, so that the ticket is such a 31,000 rupees, Pune to Delhi, and I only paid 800 some change, being a gold member with Vistara and access to an X amount of business class open tickets that I can have. And then what happens in that case, there is a certain number of tickets that can be issued on a particular number of flight in a particular cabin category. If you're flying economy, there's a certain number of tickets that can be issued in that voucher. If you're flying premium economy, like Vistara is the only airline which has a premium economy cabin and domestic. And if you're flying business, then again they have 8 usually. If it's Airbus 320, if it's 321, then they have 12. But usually they don't fly 321. They use it for Singapore and other routes. But yeah, I mean it's nice. Sometimes they use it like because the flight is going, then they kind of usher it to. They are, like I used it Airbus 321 for my friend. He is flown Delhi to Goa on a 321. So it has 12 business class seats. And it's like almost like a complete flatbed. So imagine like on flying as a domestic product. I think it's amazing. So he paid like also 5,000 rupees for a product which is amazing. And I gave him that experience. So I think I don't know if he's watching, probably he can share his experience. How was his first flight in business class on a domestic product? That too, I mean, yeah. So I think these are basic examples, and this is what how I do. Like today, if I'm staying in this hotel, like today, this is like we can do some pictures and we can share you how this place looks like. It's a state of the art residence. They call it residence. So it starts with a kitchen. We're sitting in the living room, followed by the bedroom, walk-in closet, bathroom. I mean, it's got the works. And but I'm a single person. Do I need it? No. But when people look at it and they feel, wow, this guy is like. But am I paying for it? Like, am I paying the price tag? No. I'm paying probably like some $5,000. But and eventually it will be probably like maybe 3x, 4x. But that is because of my status. I'm probably a Titanium member, and they kind of oblige it, and they have to technically oblige in the system. Actually, it is a system which picks up. We have a Titanium arrival. So the system alerts the GM, there's somebody there to kind of greet you, there's somebody here to kind of, you have a lounge access, you have a who's who, obviously lounge also, then again, it is limited access. You will probably meet the like-minded people there, you'll rub shoulders with them. And again, like there was a very good example. That reminds me, I was flying from Rome to Delhi in the year 2019. Okay? And lounge again, this is very elite kind of a thing as an airport lounge. There was a joint secretary. He was posted as the agriculture minister in the Rome embassy, and Mr. Prasad, Dr. Prasad, and and there was another Air Force person, George of interest. He was flying also. Okay. तो मैं तो साला कोई नहीं, वो कह रहे अच्छा आप किसके लिए आए हो, मतलब मैं ना एग्जीबिशन के लिए आया हूँ, मैं ये करता हूँ, मतलब मैं भी थोड़ा सोच तो रहा हूँ, मैं करता तो कुछ नहीं हूँ, मतलब बट आई एम सिटिंग विद दोस टू जेंटलमैन एंड दे आर गिविंग मी अ कार्ड. इमेजिन अ जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर इज गिविंग मी दिस कार्ड. उस पे एम्बलम बना हुआ है, शेयर बना हुआ है, and I fucking don't have a card on me because my cards are finished, and I'm like, I'm going back home. Why will I carry my card? And I felt so humiliated. I mean, like, I felt bad because I was not able to. I was like, sir, I will save a number, I'll message you, and I'll be in touch with you. Somehow I felt like so obligated. And let me, why I'm sharing the story, Aditya, because it's a very crazy story. Next year, 2020, January, again I go back to Italy. And what happened? I go for another show. This time I'm part of the Indian delegation. I am going with a publication company. Italy has invited some group of Indians to be part of the Indian delegation. So they take care of the travel and the hotel and the other paraphernalia. And I was part of it. The publication was handling it. So I was like, okay, I'll go. So now what happens is I lose my bag. Like I always have a carry a backpack. I'm having a meal at the food court at the Food Expo, the exhibition which I'm attending. And I get up and then I forget that I didn't even pick up my bag. I came back and then my bag is not there. Imagine like I'm sitting here, I'm having my meal, and then I forget that I have not picked up. Like I had put up the bag was like here, like across my leg, and everything, my passport, my wallet, not a single rupee on me. This is a story, it's not a story, but समथिंग की मतलब पाँव के नीचे से जमीन निकल जाएगी लोगों के ये सोच के कि यार मतलब तुम्हारे पास कोई आइडेंटिटी नहीं है पैसा नहीं है एवरीथिंग सडनली यार नो बॉडी मतलब पैसा नहीं है लैंग्वेज नहीं तुम्हें पता तुम्हारे पास कुछ भी नहीं है तुम्हारे पास but only saving grace was I was part of the Indian delegation, my hotel was paid for and the shuttle and everything to and fro. तो जब तक वो था तब तक मेरे लिए कोई टेंशन नहीं तब तक मैं खेल लूंगा बट उससे पहले जिससे पहले वो खत्म हो और अब मेरे को वहां से चेकआउट करना पड़े 3 दिन बाद आई नीड टू स्टॉप गोइंग टू द शो but get to bloody my that emergency certificate and get to the Rome embassy first. I picked up the phone and called up Mr. Prasad. Now the same gentleman I met last year during the lounge.
Yes.
That was the connect. That was the connect. He picked up the call. He saved my number. Hello, Mr. Bawa. How are you doing? I said, sir, I'm in your country. Oh, very nice, very nice. तो मैंने उनको बताया सर ऐसे से है I have lost my passport. No problem. No problem, Mr. Bawa. You just come to the embassy and I will have it sorted. He not only assured me, and after I did my thing and I applied and I was assured that I will get the visa same day. But that was without me informing him that, you know, I am misusing his name. But it was done before me. But then after it was done, I said, can I meet Mr. Prasad? He's like, sorry. Like, yeah, the agriculture minister. Like, do you know him? I was like, yes, just let him know Mr. Singh Bawa is here. Okay. उनको लगा now they said we have made him wait the whole day. Now maybe he's like putting a complaint against us and all that. Because they're all Indian people. All that they're all deputed there at the embassy. Yeah. So they're all like, well, they're there, but they're all the junior kind of people.
Yes.
But the joint secretary is a joint secretary. So he invited me to his room, and not only he gave me a tour of the embassy, which is a very iconic. Let me tell you, in Rome, it's one of the very iconic places. And we had a tea together, and he said, "आपको कितने पैसे चाहिए? 10,000 euro, कितने चाहिए? I will give." A person on a foreign soil saying कि कितने पैसे चाहिए? Just please let me know. You are like my brother, and like everything, younger brother. You tell me how much money do you need because it's a thing. And I'm like, sir, आपने बोल दिया. That is like giving me a very big assurance. He put a number. He said 10,000 euro, 5,000 euro, कितने चाहिए? मैंने नहीं सर मेरे को चाहिए ही नहीं मजे की बात तो ये है. My ticket is sorted. American Express is back on phone with me, and that is beauty. Now that is where you again, Aditya, American Express comes in. They
Yes.
were with me throughout. My insurance was sorted. Everything. They gave me 50,000 rupees just to lose that passport. They gave me everything. So I actually made money by losing the passport technically. Because 50,000 तो मेरे लगे भी नहीं थे. Because everything was paid. एक टिकट तो ली मैंने. I was in Rimini. The exhibition was in Rimini. The Rimini से मैं गया वो Bologna जहाँ पे Bologna सॉस होती है ना Bologna. बोलोनिया से मैं गया रोम, ठीक है, और रोम में मैं नहीं जाऊंगा। उसने ये भी बोला आपको तो मिलान जाना था भाई साहब, बोलोनिया से रिमिनी से तो मिलान पास है, आप यहाँ क्यों आए? दैट वाज अ स्टाफ। नाउ दे आर वेरी पर्टिकुलर, मिला कि आप यहाँ क्यों आए? You should have come to the consulate and not to the embassy because मिलान जाना चाहिए था आपको। मैंने नहीं सर, मैं तो यही आऊंगा, मेरे को तो, क्योंकि I had to use that correction also as a backup. Now that was my backup. I didn't want to use my trump card, but ultimately if I would have landed at Milan, then I would have not met Mr. Prasad and I would have not had that kind of a personal connect with him because he sits at the embassy and not at the consulate. So that was the thing. I'm just saying these are all stories. I mean, like, which are happening at a very crazy space, and but you have to respect and give gratitude to the universe, and then only they kind of exponentially come back to you, and we are still in touch. Now he's come back. He was serving a 3-year tenure. Now he's back in the PR cadre. So he's again like his known portfolio zone.
Okay, sir. Oh, so moving on to our next question.
Yeah.
Sir, for the next 10 years, sorry, what are the challenges you have faced in life to reach this level, and how future from 10 years from now will look like for you? What do you predict will happen in the next 10 years? And please advise on the impact which you see making in the next decade.
Okay, I think I will have to kind of do this question in a different way. Maybe I'll start with Mr. Bhatt because he is also giving a lens. So he's also a perception level. So Mr. Bhatt, I think, and then obviously I'll take it up from there. So you have also seen me. I left TASATS. I moved to Royal Oak. In fact, he was saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, are you sure you want to do sales? Because there are a lot of people I know, he was saying, who don't sleep at night because they will never be able to meet their target and the kind of phobia that they will have. Are you sure you want to move from operations and get into a sales job? You remember this?
Yes. Yeah, that was, but any time in life, I mean, someone has to take risk, and that's the challenge where if you are committed and if you are sure that you want to move on and you are actually from a day-to-day rut, you are, I would say, bored, and the challenge actually keeps you going, and that's where the risk factor comes in. But if you're ready for the challenge, then you move on and take life as it comes,
Exactly.
day by day, not live up to you're thinking for next 5 years or 10 years. So that's where the key is.
Exactly, Aditya. So see, I have never even thought of कि 10 साल जैसे क्या होता था. I'll tell you one. David Joseph. So I think I'm going back in time. So we had just joined DJ. There's a Singaporean director आया था chat से. So he said, "Okay, guys. So where do you see yourself after 10 years?" So this is going to remind me of this veteran DJ, David Joseph. So he said, "Where do you see guys after 10 years?" I like, sir, I am thinking that I'll be the director of this TASAT.
In your position.
In your position. Like, very good. You are thinking already like so dynamic person. I am very impressed. Like, just because the fact that you're even saying it itself, that means like he was impressed. I'm not joking, I'm not making it up. He was flattered. Like, ये बोलने में ही यार ये मेरी पोजीशन में आ जाएगा 10 साल में ये कैसे हो सकता है he was impressed. Like, he took it in a very positive way and he appreciated. So, I mean, but what I'm saying is that moving on from Taj to sales, from operation to sales and a factory, and the best part was, the hurdle was, it was a factory. Whenever I go and I apply the job, whether it was Radisson next door, so Radisson is based on the land which owned by Airports Authority of India. So technically, we felt that we have the access and we have the bandwidth and we have the muscle and we have everything. So Papa will probably call them or do at least do a basic message that please, we are applying. So at least they will probably honor something, somewhere or the other, at least some basic courtesy thing. But not only, we got in touch with the general manager who was an ex-ITC guy. Mr. Sunil Gupta ke colleague the Papa, Mr. Javed. He is still with Radisson apparently in a senior position now. So Mr. Javed Ali is still in the system of Radisson, but he is an ex-ITC product. So Mr. Sunil Gupta ने बोला था कि चलो उनसे मिल लेना. तो और उनसे भी मिला, but nothing happened apparently. And so I have given various interviews and at ITC, at this thing, da 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 da. But everybody said like same, crux was the same. कि बॉस आप एक फैक्ट्री में काम करते हो, हम आपको कैसे रखें? आपको होटल के बारे में क्या पता? And correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, Mr. Patel, if you want to add, क्या होता है चंदू? हम लोग जब जाते थे.
I mean, though the name of hotel chain is associated with the air catering division, but definitely the culture remains totally different. It's purely
Foreman level है, मतलब
purely operational, and the direct interface of the customer is not at all available. So it's totally different ideology of the hotel hospitality and the flight catering division. As so that definitely the mindset of the hospitality, as in the hotel chains, had be it in any department, rather production, where it was a bulk kitchen. Chefs were not entertained at all in the a la carte or the kitchen, hotel style of cooking and presenting the meal.
They actually were always looked down upon. It's like, तुम्हें क्या पता? तुम्हें क्या gourmet meal के बारे में तुम्हें क्या पता? तुम्हें क्या पता Michelin star chef क्या होते हैं? तुम्हें क्या पता है?
Yes.
No matter we were preparing first class meals, and we had the state of the art equipment, from blast chillers to blast freezers. You name an equipment, a hotel would never even dream of. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the kind of magnitude, for example, like I'm from baking, like I like baking. So outside Delhi was the biggest bakery in, I think, Delhi that time. I think probably still is.
A bulk kitchen, yes.
Yeah. So ये सब चीजें I think are very important, but the challenges were huge, and especially I think they were faced more when I moved from finally got a job, and I remember coming to the interview by the VP HR of Royal Oak Hotel, my first sales job interview. He's like, why should I pay you 3 times the salary what you're getting at Tacha to train you? Now that is very valid question. You don't know XYZ ABCD of sales coming from operation, that too it is looked down upon kind of a genre that you're coming from. And that too we will have to train you how to do sales.
Mhm.
You have zero knowledge. And you are asking that you would want 3 times the salary what you're currently getting.
Yes.
I applied for an assistant manager position because obviously I was a catering officer. वही same parlance में जाऊंगा ना, वहाँ भी 7 हूँ. So I can't be demoted suddenly. Like I can't decide to join as an executive or like a sales assistant or a coordinator. So sales में क्या होता है? You start at sales coordinator, sales executive, फिर assistant sales manager, फिर sales manager, फिर deputy, फिर sales manager, फिर senior sales manager, फिर then ADOS, and then director sales and marketing, and then GM and BAWA'S. So, but that is a story. I mean, so when I finally left, I left as sales manager, and it was a very nice option because I was exposed to uber luxury. Suddenly, I was selling rooms at like $700 starting, and that was unheard of in India. I mean, that time, like 2010, we're talking about.
Yes.
It's now obviously people are exposed, and even then when we were selling, we were only not selling to Indian market. We were not selling domestic. We're selling to inbound, people who come in from Russia, Germany, UK. So we had those, destination management company, DMC bolte hain. They used to kind of coordinate and, get those arrivals into India. And we used to, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So moving on, one more question from my side. This is a gratitude question.
Yeah.
From your side, do you have family, friends, whom you would like to give credit, and why their support was important?
Just one second. Just one. You can continue. Continue. Continue.
Yes. So like what some people who have contributed to your journey, and who they are, and how you would like to express your gratitude to them.
Okay. So well, I think the first one definitely, as I said, the person sitting next to me is Mr. Bhatt. Starting with him only, I think, for sure. And like I think he has been very instrumental in my journey because, as I said, like he got the foundation very strong. So be it getting the drafting of the emails, getting those black and white kind of a content, very solid, very rigid. So I was in charge in his absence of, drafting and generating of those reports and drafting those concise replies to the London office of Virgin Atlantic. And obviously it was a very premier account, as I said, billing of 2 lakhs a day. So we were always being very people were very jealous of us, both of us, like कि ये लोग तो पता नहीं क्या है, मतलब मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट में आते हैं 7 बजे, 4 बजे चले जाते हैं, और हम यहाँ पे नाइट शिफ्ट मार 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 के पता नहीं पागल हो रहे हैं. So so they were like, people were jealous obviously, and obviously the clientele was very different. Virgin Atlantic, they were paying us they were paying the company very well. 2 lakh a day is a lot of money then, and so everything was accordingly dealt with. So coming back again, Mr. Balji at Royal Oak Hotels, he was very instrumental today, and I'm in direct one-line contact. I was just showing Mr. Bhatt, and every time I go to Bangalore, I kind of at least drop him a message, even if I'm not able to meet him. And he's very instant, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, he'll reply, and very good. The Royal Oak recently celebrated 50 years. So, and Mr. Balji's journey is also amazing. He kind of started with one hotel on lease, Harsha.
Okay.
And then there was no looking back. Now they have 80 plus hotels. So in 50 years, 80 plus, I mean, I think, and he's 71, 72. I think he's an inspiring story.
Obviously.
And right from everybody, from Nayan Shruti, and there was a recent video, everybody was congratulating, because ultimately they are the users. All these companies, Kirloskar, Nayan Krishnamurthy, everybody. So there's a lovely video that they made on the occasion of 50th, the anniversary of Royal Oak Hotels. So I think definitely I can't, because I went to UK and I was very different role. I went in a capacity of scale consultant, because I convinced him, sir, मैं तो जा ही रहा हूँ UK, तो UK जा रहा हूँ, तो मेरे को तो कोई टेंशन नहीं है, आपको कोई वहाँ पे ऑफिस खोलने के पैसे लगाने नहीं पड़ेंगे, मैं तो MBA करने जा ही रहा हूँ, मेरा अपना घर होगा, सब कुछ होगा, आप बस कोलैटरल भेज देना और मैं बस कार्ड भेज देना, और मैं वहाँ पे जाके जो हमारे क्लाइंट्स हैं उनको मिलता रहूंगा और थोड़ा थोड़ा बिजनेस आता रहेगा. But we'll have to some remuneration model we have to look at. So we kind of drafted, and then that's when he asked the VP HR, हाँ बाबा सही बोल रहा है, just draft a contract for him. And it was an exclusive contract. Everybody in the company, when they said, ये कौन email आ रहा है, sales.uk@royaloakhotel.com, suddenly the CR used to got freak out. Sir, हमारा ऑफिस खुल गया लंदन के अंदर. They got freaked out. Yeah, I mean, they got jealous. And then I met one of the person I met when I was going from TajSats to hotel, ITC, the Green Center. That person I met in WTA. कहता है तू लंदन पहुंच गया, रॉयल ऑक ने तेरे को यहाँ पे ही किया, दफ्तर खोल दिया यहाँ पे. हाँ सर, यार मेरे को भी दे दे यार, मतलब नौकरी. And he was like from 20 years old. All right. So a senior guy, and like he kind of,
that is the idea probably sold off to him too.
Sold off to him, and he bought it. I'm just this experiences that ये मैं आज जो कर रहा हूँ, आज भी तो मैं तुम्हें भेज रहा हूँ ना स्पेस पे, आदित्य. ऐसे ही मैंने बेचे हैं ना आइडियाज. You bought it, you lapped it up. You said, हाँ यार हो सकता है. So I'm giving you these experiences, and these are only like 1 or 2. I want to write more in my book, The Guy Next Door, and so I'm in the process of writing, and these are more stories. This is more of a teaser, and there are more such stories.
So you are going to launch a book in the coming future?
Yes, yeah. It's on the card. Everybody's been in fact asking me, because I used to tell them I'm writing a book, and then they started teasing me. यार तू तो बोल रहा है 2018 से अब 2023 हो गया, 5 साल हो गए, तेरी आई नहीं. मैं like yeah, I'm writing, सब free. No, but actually what happened in that 2019 to 2021, I went to depression twice. Oh. So that was something, I mean, see, depression is real, and that is what I tell people. It is not that celebrities come out and they say, oh yeah, we are in depression, and depression is real, वो अलग लोग हैं और वो कर रहे हैं PR stunt के लिए. See, but we are common man, we are nobody in the system, and but we have to kind of go ahead. I didn't take any medication or anything, but yes, I mean, it was very sad. It was very sad. Suddenly I have to ask my parents twice to bail me out for something that I have never taken a single rupee the moment I graduated from IHM Aurangabad. Even when I went to UK, I never take a money for my ticket, for my laptop, for my forex. Only the loan he paid. So I was like शुरू से बड़ा मतलब खुदा type, मतलब पैसे नहीं लेने. Even UK में pocket money कोई नहीं limit. बस जो फीस उन्होंने दे दी, बस वो मैंने लोन लिया है, जो अपने फीस का 20,000 पाउंड था. It's about 17-18 lakhs, whatever the currency was then. I think 17 lakhs to be precise, I think. But I didn't take a single rupee. मतलब मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, because from day one I had 2 jobs. Giving you a parlance. From day one, the landing in the country, I had 2 jobs. One as a sales consultant in UK. One as the Blue Mango. किसने पता? किसने दी थी? पता आपको?
Yes, remembering.
And I have not only got my job, Amit Turte, another colleague of mine from IHM, उसको कह रहा था मेरे को भी लगवा दीजिए. मैं ठीक है भाई. In fact, I left that place because somehow I felt it's not for me later. And then I moved on to more of freelancing events. So I joined, like मैं ना अपने मर्जी से काम करूँगा. ये मेरे को ना ये restaurant में काम नहीं करना. I want to do events. I want to learn the magnitude. You name an event and an exhibition center, NEC, National Exhibition Center, International Convention Center, Birmingham. I've got so many of these places, and I've worked them all, and I've done so many shows, boat show, clothes show. You name a show, and I've done it all. I've worked there. Yes, there's no harm in saying I worked there. I worked my butt off. I worked at Aston Villa for so many years. Aston Villa. I'm not a football fan. मजे की बात. लोग मुझे बता रहे तू तो मैच देखता होगा. नहीं यार, मैं क्यों देखूंगा यार, मैं तो पैसे कमा के आया हूँ. तो but only one thing I want to share. जो शेयर होता है ना, मतलब मैं जब वापस जा रहा होता ना, मैच चल ही रहा, हाफ टाइम हुआ, दोबारा चालू हो गया, तो एक बार शिफ्ट हो गया, आप निकल जाओ, आपके 4 घंटे हो गए, तो अभी मैच चल रहा है. Like sharing the team, that echo is like, it's the next level. Like then you understand why that stadium is full and why that people and XYZ person is cheering for that team and that team. You understand? Like people, they used to fight. They were like crazy fights. Like then I used to understand that people are crazy for that particular team. Man U के लिए खेल रहे हैं, Man U, मैं तो Man U fan हूँ, मैं तो Aston Villa fan हूँ, and they will fight for it. So it was crazy. So I worked my butt off, and I worked at crazy places, and but upgrade करता रहा. लंदन में काम करना है, लंदन में चला गया. In fact, I'll give you a very good example. Very good example. So क्या हुआ? WTM. WTM is a travel show, very good travel show, world's leading travel show. World Travel March called. लंदन में होता, नवंबर में, ठीक है? तो क्या हुआ? मैं अभी पहले साल था, मैं गया था यूके सेल्स. तो मतलब तुम उसको बाजी ने बोला कि ना वो वहां पे ना, मैंने सुना है वहां पर WTM होगा. Why don't you, Baba, why don't you go and participate in that show? मैंने सर, हाँ सर, मैं बिल्कुल जाता हूँ. नहीं, no problem. You connect with the Karnataka stall. We will give you the coordinates. They have a stall. That's how you speak. They have a stall. You speak to them. I will connect you, and you let them know you're coming, and they will give you a place to stand, and we will give you collaterals. You just be there. I'm like, that's no problem. ओ मैंने यार खर्चा कौन, मेरे को और भी तो खर्चा निकालना है, मतलब तुम तो दे ही दोगे, बट मेरे को और कीड़ा था. And I picked up a job for 5 days. So being a, क्या job? Guess कर सकते हो क्या job थी?
In hotel.
No, in that WTM show. In the same show, World Travel Market. And it happens at Excel. Henry Bob.
Yes. So
A doorman, like a doorman, like an usher.
Yes.
बट टिकट चेक करनी है. हाँ भाई, भैया इधर जाना है, हाँ जी इधर अंदर.
Going away.
हाँ, for 5 days. तो मेरे पैसे तो मतलब मेरे को तो मिल रहे हैं. और जब ब्रेक होती थी, जो ब्रेक होता था ना, मतलब 1 घंटे का ब्रेक होता था, लंच ब्रेक. चलो भाई 9 घंटे की ड्यूटी है, तो 1 घंटे के मेरे को तो बोलेंगे हाँ भाई चलो अब तुम चले जाओ, अब तुम्हारी बारी है, लंच करके आओ. वो लंच करना मैं नहीं चाहता था, मैं वो स्टॉल पर खड़ा हो जाता था जाके. And that's where I met that IDC guy and all. तो शक्ल तो सबको रिले हो गया कि यार रॉयल ऑर्किड ऑफिस खोल दिया, तो वो मैसेज बड़ा क्लियर हो गया कि हाँ ये बढ़िया हो गया, ये बढ़िया है. और मिस्टर बालजी वाज सुपर हैप्पी दैट वी हैड अ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव एट WTM विदाउट स्पेंडिंग अ सिंगल पे. So that is what I'm saying. I am not doing this travel with PM today. The concept तो वही है. Mr. बालजी को भी तो वही idea बेचा और उनसे भी पैसे नहीं लिए, value for money proposition दे दिया. He was my client. He was super happy, Mr. बालजी. आज और travel with PM में भी यही करूंगा. Customer जो मेरा onboarding है, he'll be fucking super happy because I'll be giving him value for proposition. I'll not be charging him a bomb. I'll give him my services with the best, and I'll be making sure that he is paying only which is required. But that only comes once he's on board and he's paid for that being a member, and that too through a filtration process. Anybody just because you want to are eligible to pay my fees, this is not a member. I mean, there's some criteria, they put some algorithms and stuff like that. But that is just to give an idea. So nothing is new today. Everything is same. It's just that we have found a path to walk on. We figured that okay, this is the path. ऐसे तो चल रहे थे, यही तो रोड थी. यहाँ से लेफ्ट लिया था, वहां से राइट लिया था. मतलब.
Yes. Okay.
Adding to Aditya's question, the experiences, no, in the life you must earn the experiences, and experiences matter. The rest earnings are not important. So experiences you can earn. Like today you are talking, you are getting an experience, right? And everyone should experiences, and you cannot buy the experience. You only have to go through the experiences, and bit by bit, anybody you meet, somebody will teach you good thing, someone will teach you bad thing, so that you should not do that. So experiences matter, right? So that is what is life. So one should keep on doing, keep on moving, and static water is of no value. Moving water is always a Ganga Jal, right? Okay, good question and well answered.
Yes.
Carry on.
Thank you.
Yes. So next question I would like to ask. Sir, you are an excellent marketer and have had a different approach to create awareness. Can you please advise, like this is a general question, can you please advise what most companies make mistakes with marketing, and what is your unique advice for marketing?
Well, I think the basic, what is the basic purpose of marketing? That it has to be attractive, it has to be making sense to the user, whoever is the target audience. And that is the whole idea. So if you are not able to complete that cycle, for example, let me give you an example today so that you understand it better. We have Mr. Bhatt. He says that he is operating the lounge here in Pune. Huh? So, or for let's say, for example, any service for that matter. Till the time you are not able to add value for money proposition, or you're not able to relay what you are saying, so then it's a miss. For example, let's say American Express only. I was all gung-ho about it, but the moment I felt that now there's a time where this is the ceiling height for them. They are saying that we are banked as a platinum charge card. We are known for concierge. It's not known for ki bhai paise itne. It is known for the bring it on type of service. But time and again, when we tested them for the concierge experience, from a specific concierge experience, like it's my birthday or it's my sister's birthday, what can you do? So, okay, we can send a wine, we can send flowers. But is it interesting? No, it's not. It's not adding value. So it's a clear derailment of the what you are marketing and what you're offering. So it's a mismatch. So you will have to time and again, there is nothing wrong or right, but I think someone from the company or anybody, whoever is in charge, they should keep on checking, even like maybe as a dummy. So I'll tell you why I do that. So while I was in the UK, I used to do these audits. So it is called a concept called mystery shopper, where I would go to hotels, holiday, ye wo, matlab, I used to go to Bicester Village, and Bicester Village in UK is like a mecca of the luxury retail. You name a brand, and it's there. So they used to pay me कि हाँ जी आप गुच्ची में जाना, आप इसमें जाना, ये ब्रांड में जाना, और हम आपको हर ब्रांड के पैसे देंगे. बट ये क्वेश्चन है बहुत 10 पेज की, ये आपको आंसर करने हैं, वीडियो बनाना है, फोटो बनाना है, कैसा उनका show window था, कैसा था. The moment you walked in, whether somebody greeted you or not, whether somebody was there to assist you, if you were asking, were they able to help you? So there was a lot of question, and then back and forth you have to type it out and then say. So it was like I felt that I'm doing a lot of job. ये तो बहुत बढ़िया है. So you see, I'm just sharing. So while I was there, I was doing multi jobs, but I was picking up experiences. I was way ahead of my time. Imagine I'm being a hotelier. I was also doing mystery audits. And then when I came back to India, or probably now when I got unemployed, today what I was doing, I was staying at hotels, and if there was a fault, I would actually tell the general manager. He would not only calm my stay, but he will say कि आपको और कितने दिन रुकना है. I'll give you a very good example. Taj Santa Cruz. I was booked for one night using an American Express 10,000 voucher. So 2,000, 3,000 rupees extra थे. मैं दे दूंगा, इतना तो समझ में आता है. क्योंकि हर साल I used to book one hotel, and that was my treat. Like कि चलो इस साल ताजमहल मुंबई में रुक जाएंगे, इस साल ताज सांता क्रूज में रुक जाएंगे, इस साल. So 1 year I stayed at Taj Santa Cruz, which has a lovely access of the runway. मतलब I think in India के अंदर that kind of experience is unparalleled. You are practically sitting on a runway, and that kind of an experience is something which is not available in India. You are practically sitting on a runway. मतलब आपके सामने take off होगा, सामने land होगा, and you will be like not bored the whole day, sitting in that view. And so there was a couple of issues why I'm saying this, because that one night stay became 4-night stay. So technically, I only paid that 10,000 voucher, but the billing would have been with the mini bar and with the in-room dining, with the entertaining of my fellow guests from Mumbai at the Chinese restaurant, and my other friend, he inviting other friends. So about 70,000-80,000 rupees, but I only paid that 10,000 rupees voucher. So that is what I'm saying. My audit work in the UK got me that access, and obviously working with the Taj, working with Ananda, working with Mr. Deepak Khullar, who was my vice president marketing and vice president sales. Sorry, not marketing. Marketing we had another gentleman, and so vice president sales. So ये बड़ा important है. How do you use your experiences and your connections, but don't misuse it. I'm saying this is a very good example. One night stay became 4 nights, and the billing was, we're talking about 70,000-80,000 rupees. It's not a joke.
Yes.
You and I didn't pay. I just paid that 10,000 voucher and that 2,000, 3,000 which I had to pay extra. That's it. Yeah, done. So I think we are off shooting the time. Aditya, how much do we have? Mr. Bhatt also has to.
Yes, so I think we are done with the questions, but sir,
Are you open? Asha, you want to take some questions from the audience? Is it?
Yes, some questions we should take from the chat.
Okay,
but
if there's anyone watching on the Facebook, you are also, if there's anyone who's watching, if you want to open from the house,
I am on YouTube. But
okay, do we have
if you can, yes, I am on the YouTube live stream currently, and any questions? Let me ask.
Otherwise, you can take them, and like I will be happy to pen it down also.
And
later.
Yeah, can you check for the Facebook audience, because
people are telling that they are not getting some audio issue on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
And we can ask them to somebody should type the message that you can type your question.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll put.
Meanwhile, we can request Mr. Bus to say a few
words. Closing comments.
Right. Not
close, Mr. Bhatt. But has some kind of something. So I don't know if you know, Mr. Bhatt has been nominated for the Hero Awards from Virgin Atlantic 6 times in his tenure. Huh? One time. 2006. 2006 में नहीं, but you went 6 times. 6 times for a visit to. Visit only. But that I'm saying. For a award, that was the first. But 6 times you've gone on the expense of Virgin Atlantic. That is what I'm saying. 6 times is gone. That is a very big thing. That too from a caterer category.
Where he has gone?
That was from 2006 to, I mean, the span till 2013-14, almost like every year.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. So it's something. Yeah. No, I'm just.
Is
I don't know the activity on this thing is there or not. Yeah, I think
anybody
Papa ne likha hai na, me type your question. But that's okay. We will take it up. I think there will be a lot of this thing. And it's a long video. No? Sometimes the
Right.
traction is a little less there. So that's perfectly
Right.
fine.
Right.
Pretty normal, I think, with the algorithm. It's a very typical algorithm. It will not push only because it's something a very long video.
Right.
it is not a
Aditya, I
video.
think you were really, Aditya,
Yes.
you are fantastic in your questions and approach. I think the meticulous approach you have towards the knowledge, I must say, at the age of 14, is really great. I think you carry a great sense of responsibility in you in terms of speaking to the adult world still you are adolescent.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really appreciable, I must say. Like beyond your IQ or age, you have that kind of understanding. I really appreciate that.
Yes. It was an honor discussing with you guys, and I learned a lot from your experience. And I hope my audience, everybody watching, you also learned from this discussion. And from my side and from my viewer side, I wish a very good start to travel with PM. And I'm really interested by this idea, and hopefully Mr. Deep will invite me to this program. Thank you.
He will enroll you as a complimentary member.
Yes.
Goes without saying, definitely yes, Aditya.
Yeah.
As your name suggests, it suggests sun, right? So
Right.
maybe like in the universe, he would take you.
No, Mr. Bhatt's son's name is also Aditya.
Oh,
Yeah.
very
Yes.
good.
Yes. Thank you for your time, and giving me this time and allowing me and giving me this opportunity to interview you and be a part of this discussion. And I learned a lot, and this is it from me.
All right.
Yeah, great,
Uh,
Aditya. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aditya.
And thank you so much, everybody. Thank you,
On a-
Baba, and thank you, everybody who
On a
was coordinating.
closing note, I must thank Aditya for his time, his patience, and with his presence, I think the speaker open up much better. So Aditya, wish you all the best. That is very important
Yeah,
in
I
the
agree.
world, no?
I
You
agree.
should create an environment where the speakers open up, and one should not dominate on the speaker. So that way you got very good attitude. And then I must thank Mr. Bhatt also, who has made it possible to come and to take care of the situation all around. And then Mr. Vineet Singhal, I pressed him that ये आज करना ही है, though he had a family get together, a wedding, and very pressing, but I told him. So he was giving some advice to Aditya, you can do this way, that way. I said, no, ये हमें आज करना ही है. So thank you, Mr. Vineet Singhal, for everything. And I think overall it's very good work done. And this has gone on a recording mode, so that video recording will be much useful, very educative. And I have seen the earlier interview of Aditya also, which he did with the Deep, and that is also very worth seeing again and again. Rather, one day we're thinking that we will break that into different questions. Each question should have a one video. Aditya, if you can do one day, and then we will start sharing with the people that, because that long one no one can see in one go. So in
Yes.
piecemeal we will do that, right? So okay,
Yes.
right? Thank you very much. Thank you. Good.
Thank you for your advice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you so much.
Bye.
So with
Take
your
care.
permission,
Bye-bye.
I close this.
Yeah. Done.
Yes.
Good. Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. All the best.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you.
Okay, Aditya. Bye.